Okay, thank you for attending today's webinar. Today's webinar topic is for casual AI agent for precision medicine. So, first I'm share my screen. I hope to see this screen. Okay, so actually, today's talk will be mostly I'm going to show some demo that I developed based on these fascinating topics, casual AI agent. So, first I'm going to go over what is meant by the casual AI agent. Actually, I'm starting writing a book about the compact book on casual AI agent for precision medicine. So, I hope I can share the full book maybe in a few days. So I just made a summary of my book. So I already share in my LinkedIn, so you can see this summary. So it explain about what is mean by the casual AI. So it's kind of like some from just traditional AI is just to relate to something in the correlation. Then there is some kind of like explanation of the what caused this. So there is a causation. Is some area in especially the precision medicine area is required. So so what is mean by the paradigm shift in the precision medicine? So recent trend is that the multimodal understanding is required to get the more in-depth understanding of your current health status. So here is one thing that in like a lot of data now available, and then the best way is how to cleverly utilizing the data, especially for the to personalize to a specific person. So, for example, here is one thing that you can think about what the personalized therapies now, especially for example, pharmacogenomics is one example that like fit into your personal profile, like genomic information and other things that they try to find out the treatment, especially the drug, fit into like for example, you're in the cancer, and then there are many type of the drugs available for cancer, but the not all drugs fit into your for your treatment. So it is pharmacogenomics utilizing genomic data to like which drug will be it will be perfect fit into your current like a cancer treatment, something like that. So this is one example. And the traditional AI has yeah, we already have AI, and then particularly recently there are a lot of generative AI, large language model is available. But still, we need more sophisticated, especially that the problem of the current one is to, for example, the correlation is not mean that there is like a cause and effect. So there should be a link that you have something happen inside and what caused this inside, like so we need to like a casual relationship between the what caused the answer. So by the way, actually we have a more clear insight about like what the root of the reason, for example, the disease, and what is the root of the disease, and then what is the best way to treatment. So we need some like more like advanced AI for kind of for example that the what kind of like symptoms exactly is relate what kind of like a disease, what kind of like cause relate to some symptoms. But usually we have some traditional AI is advanced, and they use a lot of the diagnostics, for example, they can utilizing a lot of the image data, like a radiologist data or the other like a biopsy data to diagnose something to whether your symptom is correspond to which disease or not, but the accuracy still is not there in some cases. So particularly that the women like the black box models, so traditional machine learning and AI, like large language model type of the deep learning, whatever, they have some level of exploration ability. So so we need some kind of like a more better way to understand that the AI provide the insight to some interpretation of something than what actually make this kind of like insight happens. So it's a better way to relate to the what is the root of that reasoning. So this is the one thing that we are particularly interested in. And so casual AI is that is understanding how variables influence one another. There are many variables involved in your based on your data analysis, and AI understand what the like the influence of the variables the finally they will cause to something. So what if analysis for decision making is possible? So in case it's kind of like what if model we traditionally they use it in is they call digital twins. So in the digital twins, that actually what they are interested in is to like simulate a situation that what if that the situation is something like the situation is like that, and they try find understand the different situation what it happened, right? So there are a recent trend in casual AI, and the core concept that actually I wrote some article about like what the current state of the casual AI because casual AI is one part of the AI research. So there are many like brilliant AI researchers already done a lot of the work, and so I just summarized some of their work in and then I made an article about that, so you can look at it. So particularly there is a like a casual inference, so estimate how changing one factor impact another, and counterfactual reasoning. So predict what might happen under different conditions. And then direct or cyclic graph is a they call DAX is a visual map of the causal relationship. So it's make like a, to make you more clear understanding of the what is like a causal relationship based on like a visual map. And then enable tailored clinical decision making. So diverse patient specific interventions are enabled. So that's why that causal AI is very like promising in healthcare area. And I'm not going to detail about this one, so just I want to look at this because there are many like this is still what I have a research is about the like what the current status in the healthcare application. I saw that many type of the like of pioneering like papers like they publish their groundwork in the Nature something like that. But I never seen like a practical like actually can use in clinical level like application of this important the AI. I cannot find any nothing. So my interest is not doing the deep level understanding of the casual AI because there's already a lot of the brilliant the researchers already done, and then there are a lot of the papers available to do that. But my understanding is that even with the technology, like a lot of the scientific effort, and there are a lot of the like in the, like a basic research level, but it's too commercialized, and then actually can use to the like actually in practicing in the clinical situation is different. There is a huge gap, and then my interest is not developing new algorithm or developing like a new like a theory or the finding new discovery of the like using AI to developing the new type of treatment or the new type of drug discovery. That's not my not interest because I'm not in that kind of like the level that I don't have any even I don't have any time to spend the to because to get rich I need to understand many different type of things. So my interest is that how just utilizing what other people have done and then how actually can integrate them and then utilizing AI agent to make this can be integrated actually can work and it can apply to in the actual clinical situation. So all my endeavor is to how just to assume that everything is developed, right? And then I'm interested in how they can integrate and then actually can what you have seen in the paper actually want to in the clinical environment you want to apply, then what if it's required, what if it should be integrated, what kind of things to be done. That's my interest. So this type of the like writing is just to try to understand what the current status. But the my focus of the today talk will be the last part that I just to come up with the idea like how actually, especially this part, like multimodal data integration is very important. And then is I found that in a like a research level and then R&D laboratory level is utilizing multimodal data is yeah is they manageable. But in the real life situation, I found that nobody done that actually can integrate actually that provide like a real-time insight of utilizing this kind of multimodal data. So that's why I'm interested in utilizing AI agent to integrate the casual AI to provide actually working the platform. So that's one that I'm going to introduce. So the multimodal data integration is very important. So but there is a lot of the like limitation exist. And then casual AI should be working on the multimodal data integration. So there is some kind of like the uh some pilot and then so what I'm interested in is to actually how actually can make this one. For example, the oncology stratification from integrated imaging and genomics, right? So that means that how actually can utilizing imaging data, genomic data can make a therapy stratification is possible, right? So that's one actually that I have in mind in my platform. And then cardiology multimodal monitoring predict heart failure, right? And so there are many factors actually you can look at it, but it's very hard to in the real time that what will happen like the win in what way actually heart failure can happen, right? Because it'll be fantastic, like if you look at it the whole the like data surrounding you and then very accurately like predict what it in the future like some happening in the like heart failure something like that. So there are many kind of like application is possible. That's one I already done many people, but not many people actually can and actually can integrate this one and then they can be applied in real time. So that's one. So for example, they can use in the precision diagnostics. So I just summarized that what is meant by the precision. So diagnostic guides a treatment, resource allocation, and patient outcome. So traditional AI that already use many in many different situations in and then I counted for example that recently I researched for the like FDA site they have about 1,000 AI ML enabled medical device and then 90% actually they're using in the like utilizing in diagnostic using like image data is radiologist data. So already AI can contribute a lot, but still very fine tuning situation is required like precision medicine, right? In some cases, very, for example, very hard to treat and then it's very hard to find out the drug, and then very hard to like predict something, right? In that situation, for example, rare disease, right? And then some kind of like some you cannot find out any kind of like a drug will be available or something like that, or very, very, very difficult to like treatment in the cancer type, right? In that situation, actually, this kind of like a sophisticated way is required, and that's what I really interesting to actually even with the existing like a current state of the art, actually that the way actually how actually can the integrate them every part and then try to get the inside will be the very important. So that's why that I'm interested in. I'm going to like developing new method or the new way, but actually the existing one, but even integrate them and then in a very, very intelligent way is a very important topic that I'm contribute. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about merge because I already share it, and then I share the books. Also, prison treatment is another topic that you can look at it. And so I show you so many different type of it, and so like in the like drug discovery and development is another topic that some personalized drug development is enabled and then some kind of like drug reproposing that it contribute a lot by the casual AI the effect of the like they can explain that what kind of like the things actually can be change the situation like a drug combination of changing and then what will be the like their effect to the outcome or something like that. So this topic also very in the similar line that casual AI can contribute a lot. Okay, so I saw that many different like researchers already done this space, and I noticed that I'm in Boston, and then Harvard Medical School, the professor actually that they make a better for open source type drug repurposing utilizing like XAI, so explainer AI to find out a new drug from the like existing drug compound. But they can be more sophisticated actually that you can do better utilizing integrating casual AI and the AI agent that I did. And then butcher like a twin it will be very important to that. Okay, so up to that point actually that's not my work. So everybody done. Okay, that's one I just accumulate what the research is done. But casual AI agent is mine. I just have a mind that actually the casual AI agent is somewhat that the traditional casual AI, then utilizing AI agent like a function. So the AI agent function is their intelligence to make a decision, to know about situation, and then they have a perception. They're using memory, and then they're utilizing like a learning through like interaction, right? So this is very, very like a powerful tool can be integrated with the casual AI. So this is concept actually I developed. So from static to intelligent adaptive agent is the AI agent, and then casual plus agentic behavior combining reasoning with the autonomous decision making is very powerful tool. Right? So this will be that this is my first trial, so maybe not many people maybe not never heard about like this kind of concept, but I just tried and then I will show you my demo that they are very powerful to integrate existing platform and then how to utilizing multimodal data in a very efficient way and then put in there and then they have the operation of the casual AI agent type of the reasoning and then they targeting the specific application and then try to get the outcome and then try to understand what happened. And then once it happened, actually, the beauty of AI agent is that once experience one time, and then it learn from the trial, and then in the next time it will go more better, right? So my idea is that traditional, like a casual AI agent type, the reasoning plus AI agent can be like a powerful tool because of the if you done something casual reasoning, and the next time will be upgraded. So your casual reasoning upgrade. This is my I have a concept have in mind that I just filed a patent about my idea. Um, so I did based on this one. So my platform actually uh it's all the component is exist, right? Because I just look at the other people's done, right? But the new thing is to utilizing the AI agent to integrate every operation of the casual AI to get some rich some kind of like insight, casual insight, and then this one will be like a more harmonized of the whole process, and then the beauty of that is it'll be repeatedly learning and then it'll be maybe more powerful then. So that's one my concept and I find a pattern and then I just try to simulate if that can be fully integrated and then fully working, then how much it'll be fantastic. So I'm going to show you live demo. So this is one actually that I contribute. So a multimodal casual AI up to that done everyone. So I saw that there are many different group research paper, but agent platform is mine. And then for the precision medicine, so I will show you that what I mean, right? 'Cause so I just simulate a situation that casual AI, multimodal casual AI is working. And then I just targeting some specific condition, and then how AI agent can be from end to end, and then guide the whole process and get the very fantastic thing. So this is a simulation, but I hope that maybe somebody I'm now looking for someone actually that want to further develop to my concept of this kind of AI agent reading this kind of platform to get the fantastic work. So I needed some kind of in-depth knowledge of the not just for the like the AI, but mostly the scientific part of the like the mechanism of the how they apply to oncology, neural disease, whatever. But my simulation should be promising. So I will start my real-time demo. Okay, so I just try to have a proof of concept that I just assume that every component is from the paper. So I just assume that every component is from the existing science paper, whatever. So I put the information, but actually I integrated them using AI agent and then connect every point and mostly that the beauty of this process is that AI agent know about what kind of data, multimodal data is fit into your proposal. So you kind of like expect that the what the outcome, then actually it have a reasoning that what kind of multimodal data is best fit into that. So this is a reasoning from the like expecting outcome and then try to get the best data and then how to operating different stage. So let me show you that what I think about it. So so I will look at the that very kind of like interesting topic like I just like pancreatic cancer is very difficult to even it's very difficult to find out, and then if once you find out it's already great, and then it's very difficult to cure, and then this is the one is like a very like a serious like your the disease in your brain, and then so I just look at the very serious type of the disease. Actually the very difficult to have a treatment, and then also like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and Huntington disease, and heart failure is very difficult to predict, and also like some of the like rare disease type, And then even like a CGP, like the mental health is a serious problem, right? So I just try to see that it very, very in the like a fine tuning understanding of the deeper level understanding of the even your molecular level and then genomic level understanding and apply it to AI, then whether they can be provide us a very hopeful way to find out something, right? So this is one. So I just the to try get the what kind of type of the data. So actually that people can select, but actually this platform that I designed that they can select most appropriate data. And then in the real life application, once that this can be implemented, actually they automatically look at. So one of the powerful the function of the AI agent, if you look at the current state of it, not in the healthcare, in other area, 90% are rate finding something. So search over the agentic kind of like the data search, right? And then they find out, and then they find out the most appropriate the data set information required for your reasoning, and then they try to understand. Right. So I just this is really the same situation, right? Because once this is built up, AI agent try to find out the most relevant data for your purpose, right? This is the first part. So I try to simulate. So so go to step two. So I just to say that use example. So it's just to select the target. So pancreatic cancer and sample patient data. It just to simulate some data and then so agents select this one and then multimodal data info. So they will be using that. And then data acquisition and processing. So based on this input information, they try to get the data and try to process for appropriate to put it in the casual AI. So yes. So it try to understand in the very deep level understand of your like your personal like biological condition. So utilizing molecular level biosensors to get the data. So sometimes actually that they also utilizing like a genomic data through like for example blood test or whatever. So it doing multimodal data processing. So it aggregates all patient data, like biosense data, genomic data, image data, clinical history, and then apply to like ontology mapping, real-time semantic data element, federated learning for the privacy preserving blockchain audit, something like that. So all the like features actually that I just put in the existing features to here. And then so real-time patient profile created. So it's through like integration of all the data to be put into like in the AI. So in the next step will be like the precision diagnostic is a risk prediction based on this kind of like a choose the multimodal data. So it show you every step actually how this casual AI utilizing this multimodal data to get the answer. Right? So it showed all the like the process explainable, right? It showed that so in actual implementation, if you're a clinician to using this platform, actually it show everything detail like what happened, what the data is integrated, what kind of things happen. right? So it make you understand what the like what happened and then what the like cause and effect and what if the situation change. So it done and then it show you that the whole kind of like a cause and effect, right? So utilizing this data, so it's kind of like a genomic data and then metabolic shift and therapy resistant. So it show you that the every factors can what kind of like effect they can to your outcome, right? In the so it show everything like what is a risk factor of that, right? And then also like show you what would be the best treatment for your case. So it personalizedly diagnose your current status, and then they try to provide what is the personal treatment optimization. So here is like a AI recommendation treatment strategy. So it provides recommendation that so chemotherapy, backbone, and add-on therapy, it kind of like all kind of like a personal therapy, the planning to utilizing your diagnostics and utilizing your multimodal data, right? So and then if they found that the new drug will be required for your specific purpose, right? Then it'll be like utilize the drug they proposing to find out the new drug for particularly put into your personalized way. It show you every step of the new drug discovery and the proposing. So you look at the all the database by AI agent and then and find out what if it's like a candidate to the proposing. And then it give you like a precedent drug development based on this discovery. And then and then it based on this one actually it give you the whole holistic way like a precedent way to like a diagnosis and treatment and then drug discovery and based on this developed drug and then it will be utilizing for you. And then it give you some snapshot of the even before actually trial to you, actually it will give you the outcome, some simulated outcome analysis and evaluation. So it shows that what happened that if this kind of like AI generated the treatment and then drug treatment and then so if they can apply to you because they already all know about you because they have your personal data or molecular level sensing data and genomic data and other like bio data. So they already know about you. So they already form the digital twin of you, right? And then based on that, actually, they can apply what the outcome to you. And so even they actually can apply to human, they know about what will be the what will be the outcome, right? So digital twin analysis and predict clinical outcome, like for example, that they can be something like that. So what will be the outcome, right? So it predict outcome even actually can apply it to human, right? This is fantastic, right? So for example, it can like use. So maybe you may be interested in like for example rare disease. This kind of like RA is a rare disease, right? So for example, use so it going on same thing, right? So it's a very similar step, but it can apply different like a disease or disorders. And then based on target disease, it is utilizing what kind of like the personalized data is required. And then it tried to get all the data for the process of this platform. So AI agent it has a reasoning, right? So and then it know about what kind of data is needed, and then you know about where can find out the data, and then like they can access and then get the data and operating to like process data, like a privacy like preserving way, like they go federated learning or some utilizing blockchain or whatever, right? And then once get the data, actually analyze and then process it, and then it's make a best way form to apply to the casual AI. And then casual AI utilize for the based on this data to what is like a precision diagnostic and what is the precision treatment and what if the like a drug is required. And then based on the actually the what if the best treatment frame for you, and then even simulate utilizing your personal digital twin. So what they're like out from this platform, like a treatment, and then apply to your digital twin, and then get the outcome even before actually apply to you. Right? 'Cause actually I made it, but I found it is fantastic if you really implement it. So I will stop here, right? But I'm just to try to show you that snapshot that why I'm very interested in this kind of thing, right? Uh, because I'm not like developing anything like a scientific part, right? So I just get all the information from the using science, right? And any other thing, right? But I'm just try to utilizing this power of the AI agent to utilizing data, right? And then best form of the data and then best like optimize all the like AI. And then so AI optimize AI and then get the best answer, right? So so I'm just try to like get the response from the because I'm not a like for example I'm not educated as a doctor or whatever, so I don't have any like very scientific knowledge about like what a disease treatment or whatever, but I'm very fascinated about what the AI can do. Right. So I really want your feedback, right? So Daniel, do you have anything to share? Yeah. Oh, you're mute.
Yeah,
So,
sorry. Hello, Alex. First of all, very interesting. I think that there is a future of multi-casual AI, like many agents participating. I totally agree. We would love to collaborate because our niche is only or basically genomic data. So we would love to be like a source of truth for your protocol or your AI, let's say, network or connected network of AIs. I don't know how to say it, but I think that if I understood well, the protocol you are developing is like a convergence. It's like a network of networks, maybe like or a network of AIs or something like that. Um, the the thing is that, and I wanted to show you a little bit is because if I may just share what we do, because I think it'll be a direct connection, hopefully, if I may share my screen really
Mhm.
quick. I wanted to show you what we just developed in terms of the MCP protocols, the multimodal protocols from Claude. We are in a literally working with them closely. And here's the only thing that we could, I mean, that we would love to collaborate, because now, like Claude, in order to access my data, this is for Claude or for any LLM or I mean, this would be hopefully something interesting for your protocol as well. So I can ask me for my Genobank cryptographic signature, right? And the interface is that it will uh, yes. So usually it does in the first instance, but the thing is that we authenticate first the user using their cryptographic identity using MetaMask. And once the signature is corroborated, yeah, we can get back. Um, the the LLM will verify the ownership of my data sets. Either I am the owner or I have the permissions, the tokenized permissions or the licensing for this data in order to interact with it. So it's an API that will try to import your data inside the LLM session or the conversation. So once again, it's kind of a cryptographic or yeah, NFT gated way to access personal information or very sensitive information, right? So in this way, your protocol will be compliant. So there's the signature is done. My wallet is authenticated on Genobank, and now we can start using the APIs, like for instance, my biosamples that are available, right? Number one. And again, we just finished this. It's a plugin for any LLM basically that wants to check like the you doesn't have. Okay, so I selected another wallet which is not mine, but this is basically the because if you have data available in this specific wallet, I mean, I don't want this to be very disruptive. It'll import it ethically because it is permission data inside an LLM. That's the problem that we are solving, or the layer that we are solving. So we are also compatible with any LLM or with a protocol that groups LLMs. We want to be a source for genomic information that is consented by the patient or the custodian of the data. So for us would be like super interesting to participate or collaborate with your
Oh
protocol.
yeah, yeah. That's one actually that I talked about a little bit about yesterday, right? Because you know that in for example that as a total in the healthcare system, you know
Yeah.
that because and then think about the whole system, right? What the current most challenging problem utilizing data, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a most serious because and a lot of people say that oh there is a bias problem, hallucination, large language models, but actually even before that, right? We not actually can access really good data to utilize it, right?
Exactly. And I totally agree with you because our model uses your data locally. Like is your genetic data stays within your desk, I mean your desktop or your phone or whatever
Right,
is local.
right,
We just need your permission to use it regardless of where it is
right,
because the same signature has where the data is because the API solves that. Like is the route to the data is it doesn't matter, right? Uh, but very exciting and congratulations on on the develop. I totally think because we need that as well. We want the convergence with radiology images, and we are probably not going to solve that. We have enough in our plate with the genomic data, but we would love a place, a safe place, where a patient can go and aggregate their data from
Hmm.
different sources, and then, as you were saying, make a longitudinal analysis. That's a
Right.
digital twin. That's
Right. I think
saying.
that I saw that the one of the big initiative in for example in the United States is that the government funding is now that I saw that they tried. I saw that there's a very like what I told like a classic way or because I saw that for example that I saw that the nearby in Harvard Medical School some of their research group they are doing oncology research and they are very grand scale like a project that they want to harmonize all kind of like oncology data available, right? And you know that before I went to like healthcare I was in telecom like for
Okay.
a long
Me
time.
too. I was working for Ericsson.
Yeah, and in the telecom, you know that the standardization is very important, right? Because right, so there is that's why that there are many like a standard body because they want to utilizing something in a globally standard is very important, right? But in healthcare, that their approach is that they want to like a data model standard, right? So for example, the data are not heterogeneous, like their data interoperable, right? So they want to format of the data structure should be harmonized. But that's a very difficult to harmonize all kind of data so to get the consensus, right? It's different from the like telecom industry, right? So I
Oh,
saw that yeah, there's a grand scale initiate, but it's very difficult to actually can really happen. Another way is to interface standard. Like for example, there are a lot of the interoperable like protocol that they try to utilizing to do like to do that, right? So, but before that, actually, what I'm thinking about is just let their data as it is, right?
yeah.
Right.
That's
And then
because
why we
we've seen
try
the
to
23andMe,
get the
the
data and
23andMe.
harmonize it
Correct.
is a lot of effort, a lot of cost, right? And a lot of stakeholders are involved, right?
And actually, I think what this is one of the best gifts from LLMs. They don't care about the format of the data. They understand
Right.
very chaotic data sets. Like even like they just try to iterate until they understand. Like even if you throw them at totally chaotic CSV, they will try to map it, and then okay, now I see the tables, now I see the blah blah blah. So the even the harmonization of the data in terms of the LLMs, I don't think it's going to lose relevance, in my
Right.
opinion.
So my idea is very similar line to you is that utilizing AI agent, right? Because we have AI agent layer. So putting everything protocol, whatever there for even the like agreement layer, right? And
Yeah,
then they actually can access to any database they want, right? And then they have a for example policy level agreement, whatever like agreement, right? Application level agreement at the AI agent level, right? And then as I did, they know about what the target
right.
use of the data, right? So in
Actually,
that
if
layer, so they
right,
don't need to like harmonize every data. They just let it there, but AI agent access data, and then they work, right? And then they try to convert whatever they data relevance for your application, right?
sorry, actually, Alex, I think you defined what we're trying to do better than us, which is the agreement layer for data.
Right.
Is how can you build an AI to AI uh, ethical biodata exchange protocol?
Hmm. Hmm.
That's kind of our mission, and we love to partner with people who is interpreting the data or building these LLMs for interpretation, and yeah, different set of problems there, as you were saying, like hallucinations, like compliance, like facing the patient, or facing the clinician, or facing, yeah, we kind of obviously deliver that, but the main point for us is data provenance and data laws, or agreements, as you were saying. Is this data really consented? Is this really cryptographically signed? If this is from a known laboratory, did the principal investigator from the laboratory sign the data? Can we, have even yeah, guarantee that the data is high quality, and so on and so forth, right? But yeah, so I think it's very complementary, and I almost have to run to another call, but I will touch base with you.
Yeah. We can talk more
Yeah,
in later. But I
and
really interesting in recently because I come up with the idea that how actually AI agent can be utilizing in the like a whole kind of like a different healthcare system like innovation, right?
totally, and we would love to develop, hopefully in a collaboration
Hmm.
deal, an agent for data agreements, right? That's really what the niche we want to play is. How can we ensure you, as the inventor of this protocol, that all the data that is going to get into your system is pre-authorized or pre-consented,
Hmm. Hmm.
because that will save you, hopefully, all the regulatory headaches,
You,
right?
you
Is
you know
that
like the one thing that I'm working on is a Web3. And you know that recently, you know that you have a like the Bitcoin like a Trump, right? Okay? You know that
yes,
the most the biggest like exchange is Coinbase.
right?
They have an AI agent trader, so
There
they
you go.
they have an agent trading. So they have an agreement at the agent level. So I just look at it. Okay, that's simple because there's a like a simple protocol, like a binary protocol between one point to other. Why not in healthcare? Maybe more grand scale. That's why I come. Oh, yeah, AI agent to communicate and the protocol to get the data, right? Agreement every layer, right? Using AI agent. So
Well,
anyway, we need to talk more, right?
yes. Thank you,
Yeah.
Alex.
All
I
right,
need
thank
to
you.
go. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see you till the next. I'll talk to you in a direct message.
Yeah, okay. So I'll look at the Randy's comment. Uh yeah. Yes. 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 Casual AI can, yeah, because they understand what, for example, that you got some result based on AI, right? And then and then and then and then something you know about something wrong, right? Because so usually what they're doing is they call lag. There's a like some specific technology that actually the AI can reflect through the back to the like a database, and then there is like a root of the reasoning, and then they try to compare with the ground truth and then your reasoning, and then try to find out and adjust whatever, right? It's the same thing, right? Because they know about what factors contribute to your answer, right? So I think that yeah, Landy, it's a great idea, right? Because the casual AI can even know about in your like for example in your inside outcome you find that or something, yeah, and then you can figure out the which actually the buyer's data could to result in this kind of like a result, right? Because oh, that's good idea, right? Because I never think about it. I would try it. Okay, CJ. Yeah.
Hi, Alex. Thank you for hosting this session. I just want to share some information.
Hmm.
I work in pharma industry in the
Hmm.
US for like 30 years, right?
Hmm.
I was in the IT organization.
Hmm.
I'm new to AI. I do the basic AI research, but I'm just a user. I heard what you and Daniel were trying to implement with using AI technology, but I don't know if you have the insights of the owner of the healthcare data.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to solve for them, right? So for example, my medical information is usually owned by either healthcare professionals or hospitals, right? That's one organization. Second, my medical insurance company, right? They have a lot of my information. And then for countries who have national health care, which US doesn't have, then the government may have some information, right? And then pharmaceutical organization, when they do clinical trial, they have a lot of patient information. So these four organizations, what do you think they need in order to really allow you to implement an AI system for them and how they are going to benefit from it?
I'm not sure that whether give you the because I need to we need to think about more, right? Because you mentioned that your data own. Actually, that terminology may be not correct because they hold your data. Because hold will be the correct meaning, but you are the owner of your data. I'm not sure because I'm never thinking about I'm a lawyer, but I've never think about that. For example, you went hospital, right? You have some, for example, you want a mammogram, right? Because annually the mammogram, and then you
Mhm.
try to find out that your breast image, right? You have a
Mhm.
very good like a CT or mammogram, whatever, right? Who owns that
3D.
data? I think
They,
you.
they
You
don't
have
give
some.
me They don't give me a copy of the image files.
Oh, really?
They would tell my doctor the result, and my doctor would say, "Oh, you're clear, no issues," and then come back next year, right? I don't own my own medical information.
Oh, really? I never think
I
about.
don't.
I just assume that because you know that, for example, usually when you go to the hospital in intake process, you sign something, and then there may be some term maybe about the what how they actually can dealing with your data. Probably
True.
I never think, and then probably there may be like, for example, that this data is owner is you, but it will be held by the institution to generate by you, and then maybe this data will be not allowed to let other people to share. Something that I never seen that some legal terms, but really?
No, I apologize. Your information is not how it works in the US, right? I don't have the data. So I would know, okay, maybe this time I have a seasonal flu, right?
Uh-huh.
Or I have COVID, or I have just common cold. They would tell me this type of high level information. They wouldn't really explain all the details to me, like how the disease getting to me and how it affect my system, right? I don't own the data. I would know if I need medication or not because the doctor may prescribe. I
Uh-huh.
go pick it up from the pharmacy,
Uh-huh.
right? But let's say if I have some major diseases, if I need to do MRI, if I need to do X-ray, I don't get the data. I would be told you're clear or you have some type of malign growth, right? But I don't own the data.
Oh, really?
I can ask questions to my doctors and they would answer, but they don't print out all the medical diagnoses, all the details for me
Oh,
because common people wouldn't be able to understand.
oh, I didn't know that. I need to think about the what the current like data ownership in the United States first. Yeah.
So Microsoft and Google try to create a universal medical vault, right? They want to create this big database for everybody who would volunteer to provide their medical information. I create a user account, I log in, I have hypertension, I have diabetes, I have all different type of diseases. And they are hoping to use that type of database to generate health and treatment and uh, 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 program type of information, right? Very few people created user account. Very few people will volunteer their
Oh,
medical information. Because just imagine if the healthcare insurance or life insurance company gets hold of this type of information, they probably would not insure me, or they probably would charge me a really high premium to insure
Uh-huh.
me.
Oh. I think
So,
you know that really I'm very that kind of like a data ownership is very keen to my another application. I have several application utilizing AI agent, and one of my application is medical tourism, or kind of like for example that the United States is like a very highly advanced have a healthcare service, like a particularly like a rare disease and oncology or something like that, right? And then so I just have a come up with the idea that AI agent can provide that kind of service. For example, that someone you are in located in Canada or other Asian country, or even the United States in the rural area, and then you want to have a more high quality service from the respective hospital or clinic, and then actually I develop AI agent actually to to for you. It's like a travel agency, like find out which hospital is good. And even at one of my step is that all the data for you automatically transferred to the institution, but that cannot be happen, right? If you don't have any access right to like your data, even you want, for example, you have you have a they have some treatment or something have a data through your local hospital or whatever, right? And then you want to be more advanced treatment required. So you want to assign with for example, Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins.
mhm,
Right,
mhm.
and then my agent provide who doctors who is the best and who might be the cost or whatever. So I have a whole kind of like a service package, and then additionally that they will collect all of your data of everything put into in the
Yes.
institution.
So I would share my thoughts on this topic, and
Hmm.
I'll answer Randy's question later.
Hmm.
So yes, ideally we can take our medical information anywhere, so we can go see different doctors or even in different countries, right? Because U.S. healthcare system is so expensive, it would cost a lot less to get treatment. And I'm not
Hmm.
talking about special cases, right? I'm just talking about, let's say, heart surgery or kidney dialysis, right? Many other countries can do it as well and a lot cheaper, right? However, there's no automatic transfer of the medical information. So, of course, I can get my medical document from my doctor here. I can go to pretend Thailand and I can ask for treatment if they accept my case, right? And if I pay them cash, they probably would happily accept my case.
Hmm.
I can tell you, I used to work for one of the top four global pharma companies, and the healthcare coverage actually encourage our employees to seek treatment in foreign countries because it will cost the US health insurance company a lot less money to send me to Thailand to get some type of operation, even including my family member going to Thailand with me and live in a hotel for a week. That would be cheaper than getting the same treatment in the US. So it's very funny. Our employees were actually encouraged to get medical treatment from outside of the US.
Hmm.
Uh, but I would still need to bring a packet of my medical information and bring with me to
Hmm.
the foreign
I think
country.
that you should look at the Randy's comment about
Yes.
your question,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Right?
So, yes.
Yeah.
So, Randy, you are right. So, as a patient, I should be able to ask my doctor all my medical record, right? So, I've been going to a family doctor for 20 years. She probably has a folder this big, right? And if I ask her for the entire folder, need to make copies, and they probably would charge me 10 cents per page, right? So they can. I own I can ask for my own data. But if you need to really take your information with you, of course you can. But usually, if I go to a hospital, they do mammogram, they do things. Basically, I get an invoice and it listed, I get mammogram, I get MRI, I get X-ray. It doesn't really tell me much right? Unless I ask the doctor who would explain it to me verbally, how this works and what do I have, right? Otherwise, I don't usually get the full detail of my medical information. And Randy is right. HIPAA is the federal regulation that patient privacy and the information can be shared by the healthcare provider, the doctor, or the hospital with the insurance company, right? If any other parties ask the insurance company or my doctor for my medical information, they wouldn't share it with anyone else. Randy, I don't know if that is the information you were trying to confirm.
Randy, why don't you give your information to CJ? So
That's okay. That's
yeah, we
okay.
need to stop now.
That's okay.
But
Yes.
anyway, because I think that I will need to think about more, right? Because that's another thing, the price actually that I need to think about. Is there any? At first, I need to exactly figure out what the current situation of the healthcare data ownership and sharing.
Yeah.
And then depending on the stakeholders, like you mentioned about whether clinic or the insurance company, and then how to utilizing the data. And then based on that, actually, it's usually I'm very good at to get the very good new idea, right? Because I would think about something valuable to the situation, like relevance to your question, right?
Yes. So for common people, even if I get my medical record, I probably wouldn't understand half of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? If my doctor used a medical term to describe my heart disease, I probably wouldn't even understand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, even though I own my data, I don't actually have my data.
I
But if
see.
I want information, I can go to my doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, so primarily the hospital or the healthcare professionals, the insurance company, the pharmaceutical company, and the government, they have my data.
I see. I see. Anyway, because CJ, are we have a connected LinkedIn?
Oh, no, but I would type in my
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so I will try to like contact you, and then we need to discuss further because particularly I'm interested. The today's topic is maybe relevant to the pharmaceuticals, right? So
Mhm.
so maybe we can collaborate because I really generate a lot of the like something in my mind, fantastic idea. But actually, I don't know how to actually implement, right? Because this is a grand scale project, right? So
Right.
I need to discuss with someone actually can actually implement, right?
Right.
But I think that
So
the right body for this kind of project is a pharmaceutical, like a big pharmaceutical. Yeah.
pharmaceutical company has a lot of money. Yes. Even if one pharmaceutical company would use a tool just to uncover their own data, right?
Uh-huh.
Because they have so many different pharmaceutical treatment, they have so many different clinical research data. Even their employees couldn't absorb the data manually on their own, right?
Hmm.
So if they leverage AI, if AI can summarize their own data for them, I think that's a big win.
I see. I see. That's what
Yeah.
I think if I can make something because
Yes.
recently I'm doing very similar thing, right? Gather the data and then try to get the like analyze and then try to get some information, right? That's what I'm doing routinely, right? Because one
Yeah.
beauty is like AI agent that I can instruct them can figure out what kind of data is really useful to you and then categorize them and then divide them and then so I can provide some kind of like a data like a structuring and then
Right.
and then and then available to use by people, right? Because that's
Right.
one I can develop. Yeah.
Yes. Alex, where are you based?
I'm in Boston. Yeah.
Okay. So Boston has a lot of pharma company, their research organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked for Novartis, Pfizer, Merck. I think they
Mm-hmm.
all have bases in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
If you somehow can make a connection to the pharma people, either their IT people or just their people who may be interested in AI, if they are willing to listen to you, you can offer to build a proof of concept for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretend for free, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say, give me access to your research data, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you what my tool can
Mm-hmm.
generate for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will try that. Anyway, because we need to reconnect again, right? Okay.
Yes.
So thank
Okay.
you
You're
to
very
attend
welcome.
to this
Thank you for the
webinar.
session.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.